So, I'm a scary cat for the most part, but I can handle a monster movie here and there. But how did this one turn out? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for the last voyage of Demeter. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, guys, now we have the last voyage of the Demeter, and it took me a while to get that title down. I kept saying the last voyage of Demeter, but it's actually Demeter. Something I was mildly looking forward to. It's being directed by Andre, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Overdahl. I'm pretty sure I am butchering that, so please forgive me. But if we just scroll down here and look at the filmography, he directed Mortal, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, The Autopsy of Jane Doe, Tunneling, and Troll Hunter. I think I've heard of Troll Hunter before. I haven't seen it. I know I haven't heard of any of these other films, but if you've seen these and you think they're pretty good, please let me know down in the comment section below. Again, this is what the gentleman looks like right here. Now, going into this, some horror movies I can do, some I can't. This one I consider the slasher, and those are pretty easy for me. But all I wanted to see was a demon, a Dracula, going around killing people one by one, haunting them one by one at nighttime on sea where there's nowhere to escape. I was really on board with that right there. And from the trailers, which I did see some of them, but I didn't pay attention to the most of them, they did look pretty good. So that's what my expectations were. But before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film is all about. Based on a single chapter from the Captain's Log from Bram Stoker's classic 1897 novel Dracula, the story is set aboard the Russian schooner Demeter, which was chartered to carry private cargo, 24 unmarked wooden crates from Carpathia to London. The film will detail the strange events that befell the doomed crew as they attempt to survive the ocean voyage, stalked each night by a terrifying presence on board the ship. When it finally arrived near Whitney Harbor, it was derelict. There was no trace of the crew. All right, the very first thing that I really did enjoy about this film was the tone. It was set very early in the film, at the beginning during the opening credits, mainly by the narration. It really did put you in the sense that you're on an adventure or mystery that you're trying to solve on what exactly happened with this ship. That is done through narration with Mr. Leon Cunningham. Not only is he the narrator of this film being told through his captain's log, but he's also the captain of the ship and one of the main characters. If it wasn't for his involvement, this film wouldn't have been as nearly as entertaining. So great job there. The design of the ship was a sight to see as well. They did a great job there with the costumes, with the entire ship. It's very big. There was a lot of compartments. There was a lot of corridors. There was a lot of places that you can hide at nighttime. So when it was in the dark, it really did increase that spooky aspect of someone is lurking around the corner or watching you at all times. And so if you're looking for some horror, you may find that there. The score was also another highlight in this film. I love good music. I love good soundtracks. I love a good score, especially when Dracula is going around killing people. That's when it kicked in a lot, and that bass was hitting pretty hard on all the other instruments as well. And I was like, damn, the way that you're biting the hell out of this person's neck right here with the music in the background, it is kind of feeling eerie, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. And the best part of the film is the kills. When Dracula is going around killing people one by one, they do not see it coming. And sometimes when they do see it coming, they can't do anything about it because they just don't understand or comprehend what they have coming against them. They've never seen anything like this before, and so it's a hard pill to swallow. But the kills were the best part of the movie. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And also the design of Dracula. Dracula has been around for a long time. There are countless stories being told about this demon Dracula, and I did like the design and the way that it was revealed. It was a slow reveal. At the very beginning of the movie, you get little shallows and shots of different parts of his body, and it's slowly revealed until the very end where you get to see the whole makeup of Dracula. And again, I really did like the design. It was very creative to me. And like I said, the best part is when Dracula is going around killing people, but what I liked about it is he doesn't just kill people, he talks to you as well. He haunts you. He gets inside of your head and messes with your mind, and that is just crazy right there. You don't know if there's someone actually hunting you or you're just going crazy and don't know what to make of it. And that was all mixed mixed in this film, and that was just, again, another highlight for me. And this is also kind of an origin story for Dracula. This is only told out of one chapter of the book, which I read earlier. And so that may frustrate some people given the ending of this film. But again, it just depends on your expectations on what you're looking for. But I didn't really have a problem with it. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. All right, guys, those are some of the things that I really did like about the film. Now let me transition to some things that really didn't work for me. The first is the runtime. It comes in right around 2 hours, and my goodness gracious, it was far too long. They could have easily chopped 30 minutes off this movie, and I think it would have flowed much better. This should have easily been 90 minutes. I understand what they're trying to do with setting the tone and give you a chance to get to know the characters and why they are on this ship going from one piece of land to the other, across the sea or across the ocean. But for me, it was just really uninteresting. Okay, I was like, can we please get back to the kills? I really didn't enjoy that much during the daytime. It was the nighttime scenes that really had an impact for me, and I wanted more of that, but it was clouded by the daytimes. It just made the runtime far too long, in my opinion. When I was watching this movie, I kept thinking about other things and losing focus. Sometimes when characters were given certain pieces of dialogue, I was like, what did they say? I missed that because I just was not interested in this film. It's kind of hard for me to say that I was bored because I wasn't yawning or like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till we get out of here. But I did want to see a number of things that was more interesting that wasn't happening, and that became really frustrating after a while. And that kind of ties in, there's just too much time in between the kills. That was the highlight of the movie. But other than that, I just didn't care. Another thing I didn't care about, guys, was the characters. These characters in this film did a phenomenal job with their performance. No one did bad acting at all. And I am a fan of one of the main characters, Mr. Corey Holcomb. I love this guy. I think he's a great actor. He was in Straight Outta Compton. He was also in Kong Skull Island. He was the main character in this film, and I didn't even connect with him or brother, even when they were trying to talk about racism, white supremacy. He is a doctor, and he just wants to practice his medicine. And given the storyline, his plot, his backstory, they tried to force a reason on you to where he wanted to help so many people. I didn't think it was authentic at all. It was kind of annoying to me. But yeah, I don't understand his obsession with wanting to save certain strangers' lives. It just really didn't add up to me. I mean, I kind of get that the doctors have some code of saving life, but it just wasn't earned in my opinion. And even when they was bringing up things about race, I still was not able to connect with him. And I have no problem talking about that stuff at all on my channel, but none of the characters were interested in me. When they died, I was like, oh, that's just so sad. Okay, we could just move on to the next. But there was other people in the auditorium that were crying during certain deaths. And so I don't know, I just was not able to connect with him. There was also a lack of common sense, in my opinion, in the film. At some points, I'm like, you're being attacked right now. Why are you not screaming at the top of your lungs, help, help, help? You're just staring down Dracula, paralyzed in fear. You better open up your mouth or you're gonna be dead. And that was kind of annoying too. And you also have to stretch your disbelief a bit when it comes to medical treatment and blood transfusions. I'm no doctor myself, but I was kind of asking myself during certain scenes, like, really, how realistic is that? But even though the kills were nice in this film, I wanted more of them, and this was just a lot of talking outside in the daytime, and I wanted more nighttime kills. It was okay to me. I didn't think the movie was horrible, or again, the performances were bad, but honestly, it's just kind of forgettable to me, and I won't remember this in a month or so, and that may be unfortunate to hear. Now, in my auditorium, when I did see this, when the credits hit, a number of people were applauding and cheering out loud. And like I said, I think this resonated with a number of people on a personal level because there was one particular death where people were crying. I just was not one of them, and I didn't have that connection. So I just wanted to reiterate that. I'll go ahead and give my rating for this at the very end of the review, guys, but that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you really did like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, help me reach 50,000 subscribers, and leave a comment down below what you thought about the movie and my commentary. And guys, if I had to give The Last Voyage of Demeter a rating out of a 1 out of 10, I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. Yes, a 6.5 out of 10. Again, it's a decent movie, but there's really nothing special about it at all, in my opinion. Do what you want with that information. Guys, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.